So a long time ago I actually did a budget 4x4 comparison, but now this is the premium version where I go through all the flagships. So what I have here is the AoSu GTS, the Gun 460, the new batch mini AoSu. And how does this differ from the old batch? So the old batch mini AoSu has white internals and it's a slow cube, while the new batch has primary internals and it's a lot faster. And lastly, I have the WuQue. I'll go through a few base stats for each one of these cubes, and if I've tried the same cube but with a different setup before, I will also take that into account, like if that other setup is better or something. So the first factor that I'll be talking about is speed. So the AoSu GTS is a very fast cube, and you can just like U2 in a single flick, if not slightly more. The new batch mini AoSu can kind of U2 as well, but it requires a bit more force. The Gun 460 is also very fast, but because it has strong magnets, you need more force to push through those magnets. Whereas the WuQue, this particular WuQue has no magnets, and it's the resistance when turning it is the highest compared to the rest. Okay, so the next thing is smoothness. The AoSu GTS is the smoothest cube out of the four of them. The Gun 460 has a honeycomb pattern and it has slightly more texture. The new batch mini AoSu has a slight crunchy feel, but it's still quite smooth. Whereas the WuQue has a stronger crunchy feel, and like even though this cube has no magnets, the amount of resistance that I experience when turning this cube is not even, and it kind of goes up and down depending on which part of the turn that I'm on. Stability, the WuQue is the most stable one out of all the 4x4s. And this one, even though this one has no magnets, it's really, really solid. I've also tried some premium setup magnetic ones before, as well as I've made my own magnetic versions, and they're more stable than this one. The AoSu GTS has a core and spring system a little bit more similar to a ESL, and that's what this cube feels like when it corner cuts. It just cuts in a very stable manner and it doesn't flex around. So yeah, I'll rank it number 2. And then for the Gun 460, it flexes a little bit more, but because of the strong magnets all over the cube, it kind of helps it to keep it together, and there's really no other setting apart from these magnets because there's only one version of this cube available. And then for the new batch mini AoSu, it's still a very stable cube, and it still has that springy and elastic feel to keep the pieces together, but it is more flexible than all the others. So next, I have forward corner cutting. The AoSu GTS can cut about 45 degrees. The WuQue can cut slightly over a piece. The 460 can cut slightly over a piece as well. And the new batch mini AoSu can also cut slightly over a piece. The reverse corner cutting, the 460 can cut about more than one piece. The AoSu GTS can cut one piece. The new batch mini AoSu can cut 4/5 of a piece. And the WuQue can cut about 2/3 of a piece. Corner twisting, so the new batch mini AoSu and the AoSu GTS are totally impossible to twist, but then I can twist this one slightly further, but it will just spring back. So yeah, I'll rank this one slightly higher, although it's not really making a difference. The WuQue requires quite a lot of force to twist a corner, while the Gun 460 requires a bit less force. And in terms of getting a corner twist in a real soft, I've only twisted the Gun 460. For the other 3, I've never twisted them before. Next, we have the price of the cube. So for the WuQue, if you just buy it stock, no setup done to it, nothing, you can get one at $30 from CubeWorks, and yeah, all prices are in Singapore dollars. The new batch mini also, you can get it at 32 for like no setup at all. For the AoSu GTS, only a magnetic version is available, and you can get it at 50 Singapore dollars. For the Gun 460, only a magnetic version is available, and you can get it at 85 Singapore dollars. For the WuQue, if you want to get a premium setup version like with magnets, it might probably cost somewhere around here, although I'm not too sure how much it will cost because it really depends on which store you're going to buy from. For the new batch mini also, I currently don't know of a store that has a premium magnetic version of this. And okay, next we have the size. The Gun 460 is 60mm. The new batch mini also is also 60, but what's the difference between these two and why does this rank higher is because the gun 460 has a wide outer layer. The AoSu GTS is 61mm across, while the WuQue is 62mm. Okay, so now for the more subjective part. It's basically my personal opinion on each one of those cubes. I like the AoSu GTS the best, primarily because of its speed and the soft, smooth plastic. And I currently average 46 with this, and it's my main. I would recommend this cube if you have a light turning style and you want a very fast, smooth and silky cube, but one potential problem in this cube is that the difference in strength between the outer and inner layer magnets is quite large. So some people have complained that the outers are a little bit weak, and for specific turning styles, if you like the UW2 with only this layer and without touching the top, you might actually misalign them. But for me, this is not a problem at all. I always U2 with my finger here, so I have no misalignments. One possible way to fix this is you might actually get 1x3 N42s or some other small magnets and attach them to the corners, and kind of enhancing the outer layers a bit so that the outer layers will stay together more and the difference in strengths will not be so big. The new batch mini AoSu is my second favorite cube and my current backup, and I average about 48 with it. The stability is not so outrageously high and it's quite smooth, very fluid. If you're wondering whether these are the stock stickers, they are not. These are actually Valve stickers that I personally cut for this cube. The original stickers come in the normal moe shades, but these are half price. I recommend this cube if you want a 60mm 4x4 with a very nice crunchy feel and it doesn't feel super tight and like stiff. The WuQue would probably be the cube that I ranked third, and like I haven't found a WuQue that really made me want to buy it, so I don't own a WuQue at all. This one is actually my brother's WuQue. I'm just borrowing it to make this video, and it's set up to his preferences, not mine, so I can barely even sub 1 on this cube, but he can sub 40 with it. And I'm ranking the WuQue third not because of this particular cube, but the other ones I magnetized and some other decent ones that I tried, because I've also been a scrambler at the competition, and generally it's just a very stable cube. So if you want a very reliable cube and like especially in the competition, if you're nervous and you don't want your shaking hands or anything to interfere with your solve, the WuQue would probably be one of the most reliable options to go with, and statistically this is the most popular cube. For the gun 460, actually I'm not too sure if I want to rank this as my fourth favorite cube ever, because I've also tried the Shengshou Fangyan 4x4, the Mini Thunderclap 4x4 and the Yixing Blue, and all those are really nice cubes and probably can also fight for the 4th place. But the 460 is quite similar to the GTS, just with a different feel, and it fixes the problem with the GTS where the outer and inner layers have a very huge difference in magnetic strength. In the 460 it's more similar, but the gun 460 introduces its own set of problems, which are basically all the 1x2 corner cutting. I find that a lot of algorithms have, especially like the OL parity algorithm and one of the PL parity algorithms that I use, they become quite annoying to perform on this cube. And on top of that, I'm not really a big fan of the gun 3x3s, and I find that the magnets of this cube are a bit too strong for my liking. But if you like the more snappy kind of feel and this is your typical strength, or if you're using a gun 3x3 as your main, you might like this cube.